In the game Dirty Bomb, Cobalt Loadouts were some of the most prestigious additions to one's own deck of loadout cards, striking fear into the hearts of noobs and resentment into the hearts of the jealous, while everyone who owns one was pretty much just indifferent towards owning one. And while times have changed in how we're actually able to collect these precious digital outfits that do nothing but make your mercenary's outfit blue, regardless of what team you're on, which is probably a slight advantage to those who own one, since enemies are supposed to appear red, but I digress. A Cobalt card is now the most time-consuming item to obtain in Dirty Bomb after the complete removal of the monetization system. And so I've decided to see how long it would take for the average player to collect the necessary components to craft a Cobalt card when beginning their journey, starting with a brand new account. However, I will be only using the medic aura, and I will be limiting myself to only being able to use my two abilities, the Healing Station and the Defibrillator Pads. This means that if I want to kill any enemies, I'll have to get up close and zap them, since the Defibrillator Pads will be my only means of dealing damage, and the pads don't have a very long range of effect. But charging the Defibrillator Pads will handicap my movement speed, preventing my ability to sprint and subsequently long jump as well. However, I have discovered a trick that allows me to get around this and charge the pads while sprinting, but I still can't long jump while doing this. Either way, I can still get along just fine without the glitch, and rarely find myself using it anyway. On the topic of damage, however, the Defib Pads will deal just as much as they heal. 30 HP for no charge, and 100 HP for a fully charged zap. But unfortunately, the 30% bonus from the Get Up perk doesn't apply to damage dealt, and only applies when reviving teammates. Which is rather unfortunate, but since the Defib Pads are considered a melee weapon, I can use the Chopper perk, which adds an additional 15% of extra damage, bringing the Defib Pads' minimum and maximum hits up to 34 HP and 115 HP respectively. And the really interesting thing is that even though the Defibrillator Pads are considered a melee weapon, they don't actually count towards your weapon's accuracy or the counter for your total shots fired, which means that I can basically achieve a ridiculously high kill count on an account that has 0% accuracy and 0 shots fired on the tracking screen. Now, during this run, I will be receiving things like credit boosters, loadout cases, and weapon cases, but I will not be using any of the credit boosters except for the one that you get as a reward at level 6, since I want an accurate baseline for how long it should take without buffs, but I will be recycling any and all loadout cards that aren't for aura and aren't desired for aura in a rarity that I don't already own. And since Cobalt cards are no longer obtainable through opening regular equipment cases, my only option will be to craft one. And since my only option is to craft one, I will have to recycle all unwanted loadout cards I receive through random drops and by purchasing cases with credits. Things like weapon skin cases will be disregarded as I'll never use weapons anyway. Maybe I'll do something with those after I craft a Cobalt, we'll see. But anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get started. Finishing my first match, I advanced up to level 3, which rewarded me with 30,000 credits and 2 operative cases, which contained loadouts for either Aura, Bushwhacker, or Skyhammer. One of those cases do contain a guaranteed gold card though, and coupled with the 1,000 fragments I received from leveling up after my next match, I made an easy 3,150 credits, which is more than 15% of the way there already after just 2 matches. I collected my first stack of 50,000 credits after reaching level 8, and even though that is enough to pay for a Cobalt, I still need another 16,750 fragments to go at this point before I could actually craft it. So with that in mind, I decided to spend a little bit of these earnings and bought a first gen R42 loadout for Aura. Now, I bought this loadout in particular because it not only has Chopper, which is going to help with killing enemies, but Flying Pig helps out this challenge a lot. The increase to long jump distance means that I can go further, faster, increasing my mobility and my agility while also not having to worry about fall damage. Sneaky is nice too, but the least helpful out of the 3 perks. Now, I don't feel bad spending the almost 18,000 credits on this loadout, since I think everybody should probably use the 30,000 credit reward from reaching level 3 to purchase their own bronze loadout in the shop anyway. Because in the end, having the augments you want for your loadout can make a difference in how you perform in game. Maybe not by much, but with my current handicap, I need all the help that I can get, and I don't actually remember why I waited so long to buy a Chopper loadout. I think I just wanted to reach 50,000 credits before spending anything and seeing how long it would take me. But anyway, it took me 4.5 hours, by the way, and that's in-game time, so factoring in things like time spent waiting in lobbies, it's about 5 to 6 hours on average to get your first 50,000 credits. But that statistic is only valid for fresh accounts because it considers the 30,000 credit reward. Anyways, once I reached level 50 and I lost interest in what I was doing and stopped playing, but not before collecting up to 18,660 fragments through various recycled case drops, cases that may have been purchased and recycled, and daily fragment rewards when available. During my absence, the game went completely free and changed certain aspects of the game, such as removing rads and increasing the base credit earn rate. So rads were converted into credits at a 1 to 20.84 times conversion rate, which means that the 850 rads I had accumulated was converted into 17,714 credits, which caused me to question whether or not I should even hang on to them or not, since they're technically not credits that I've earned, but it may be justified by the increase to the base credit earn rate. But in this case, I've decided not to include them, and since a bronze card in the store is 17,500 credits, which is almost exactly how much I got for these rads, I'll just buy a duplicate of the Gen 1 card I have. So that leaves me with 27,000 credits and 18,660 fragments. I feel so close, and it's only been like not even 18 hours of in-game time so far. It's about 20-ish hours if we include things like lobby time in between matches and stuff like that. So all in all, not too bad. Although I wish I could have done this same experiment with the old trade-up system that used to exist. Leave a comment letting me know if you remember the old trade-up system. God, times were so much simpler back then. So with only 1,340 fragments left to go, I set back on the grind. And after only 4 more hours, I finally had enough credits to purchase the last loadout case needed to recycle for 20,000 fragments. And still have 50,000 credits left over to complete the craft. And it's funny, I had exactly enough credits which were needed for this, which is pretty amazing, I have to say. It's quite the coincidence. If only I had the exact amount of fragments too, but I digress. The moment is here. It is finally time to craft this thing and see what I get. So, without wasting any more time, let's just do this. I couldn't be a better medic with that. That's a really good card. Oh, and it's got Springy Hope. This is a good card, dude. I was at first kind of upset that it didn't have Chopper, but if I want to just go straight medic, then this is a good card. Maybe I can try again for a Chopper card in the future. Cool. I'm happy. All that work, and I actually got a good card, and in the skin I wanted to. Not that it matters, because I'm never gonna see the weapons, but it's not the weapons, it's just the outfit. I like the look of that outfit. It's cool. I like the colors. Wait, you could just buy prime loadouts with credits now. What? Wait, what? I could have just grinded credits, and oh my god. So after 21.5 in-game hours, 1.3 million XP, 1,500 revives, and just over 1,000 kills with 0 shots fired, it is complete. If we factor in time spent in between matches and floating around in the menus, we can chalk that up to about 25 hours on average, which really isn't too bad for your first Cobalt. Well, at least that would be the case if Prime Loadouts didn't exist. So Prime Loadouts can be bought for a specific merc for 30,000 credits each and have a 15% chance of giving a Cobalt card. That means you'll need on average about 210,000 credits if you want to shoot for a Cobalt, since it's about a 1 in 7 chance, but that's only if you want a Cobalt for a specific merc. If you just want a Cobalt in general, you can buy a 10-pack of Prime Loadouts for 175,000 credits. So with the odds being 1 in 7 and you having 10 cases, the odds are in your favor of getting a Cobalt. But like I said, it'll be for a random mercenary. And since I never tracked how many credits I was earning per hour, along with the fact that the game has increased the credit earn rate since I started anyways, I don't have an accurate measurement on how long it would take to get any of the amounts required for the Prime Loadout cases I just mentioned. However, I can say that I didn't mention the fact that you can also choose what primary weapon you want when crafting a Cobalt Loadout card. It will cost you an extra 100,000 credits, bringing your total up to 150,000 credits along with the obvious 20,000 fragments. But if you have a specific loadout in mind that you want a Cobalt for, you can narrow down your crafting requirements a huge margin by spending the 175,000 credits you would have spent on a random 10-pack and spending it on the specific merc you want. Of course, you would still need the aforementioned 20,000 fragments as well, but I think with my next goal for this account, I will see how long it takes to get me those 175,000 credits. It'll be fun. Maybe I'll try and craft a Gen 1 Chopper card again. Anyways, that's how long it took me to go from creating a brand new account to crafting my first Cobalt card. If any of you want to try this for yourself, you probably do it faster. I mean, I tried to eliminate all the options of increasing my credit earn rate per hour. So, I mean, if you were playing in lobbies to get that 30% extra credit earn rate for consecutive match bonus, if you were doing all your contracts, which is a lot harder for me since I can only do Aura Defib, if you were using credit boosters, stuff like that, you could get this done so much faster. But anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next video. But until then, as always, take care, everyone.